Hello, this is Tim Knight from Invest Tools. I'm going to talk to you a bit about Fibonacci fans with an example or two. I'm going to be using the Profit Charts product from the Investor Toolbox. And as a starting example, I'm going to use Lehman Brothers, symbol LEH. And what I'd like us to do in this example is we're going to get a 10-year daily graph, and we're going to pretend we're back in the year 2004. I'm going to swipe this area so that only the data through 2004 shows, and we'll just imagine we're doing this 3 years ago. So let's say that you had a position in this stock and you wanted to try to monitor important support and resistance levels going forward. Well, the Fibonacci fan can be helpful in this respect. So what I do is I click on the tool here, and as with most Fibonacci studies or drawn objects, you pick two extremes. So here's the low extreme. Here I click once and I drag and I pick another extreme in price, which is up here. So as I said, we're imagining we're in 2004, and those are the low and the high in this time frame. So I'm going to adjust this slightly so it perfectly matches those bars. I'll zoom in here and get this to go to the high price back in 04. And then we'll look at the whole graph, and we can see a number of interesting things happening. So this dashed line here indicates what we just drew. And these three lines beneath it are some selected Fibonacci fan lines that have been drawn automatically. And look at what's interesting going on here. First of all, after that line was drawn, the price continued to move up, and it kept bouncing off of the support level. In fact, almost to the penny. You can see, and I'll do some highlighting here on this, that if you look, for example, here, and also, let me zoom back on that so you can see it better, looking at this area here, as well as here. In spite of years of up and down activity, there was a tremendous allegiance, so to speak, to the Fibonacci fan line. So every time it approached it, it bounced off. But something very interesting happened back in the later part of 06 and the early part of 07, which is that it decisively broke beneath this level. And this line at the top, instead of representing support, changed to represent instead resistance. So the price moved up, couldn't get through, up again, could not get through. And as you can see, it tried a number of times to get through it and could not, and finally succumbed to that pressure and began falling. It did pause briefly here at this level. In fact, you can't quite see it here, but it did fall and retrace to that line very nicely, and then started falling again. So as you can tell, a holder of the stock would not only have had a wonderful indicator that the bull run was over, but might have even shorted the stock or bought puts on it at this level for a very nice run, falling down a good 30 points at that stage. So as you can see from the small example, the Fibonacci fans can be invaluable in providing guideposts for support and resistance and indicating important turning points in a stock's price behavior.